CEO of Adarco Energy. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here.
Thanks to you, Mary Rowe.
Could you just provide an overview of Adarco Energy's surveying operations on the Buu Atlantic license in Morocco? And what potential is there in Morocco's exploration and production market for further collaboration in the country's natural gas sector?
Thanks, Mary Rowe, for giving me the opportunity to talk about Adarco Energy, Buu Atlantic, and the potential for gas development in Morocco. So let's start with Buu Atlantic. Everything started in December 2022, where Adarco Energy and our operating partners, NewMed Energy, signed an agreement for granting exploration permits in Morocco. So we talk about 17 permits. The name is Buu Atlantic, is the block 216, and these permits are located off the Moroccan coast in the Atlantic Ocean. So we talk about a huge block. The initial area is around 33,000 square kilometers. This is something very big. Yes, and as per the petroleum agreement, you have 3 periods. So the global period for these exploration permits, it's for 8 years for each permit, and then it is split in 3 periods. And the current one, we call that the initial period, will last 30 months. And during this period, of course, we have some commitments, and mainly reprocessing some seismic data. I will explain to you later. I will give you an update about this reprocessing. So in case of success for this exploration campaign, so the surface, the areas that will be retained jointly by the partners will be converted into concession, exploitation concession. So now, technically, about the organization, the agreement was signed, so I said in 2022, but the petroleum agreement was signed by the parties in June 2023, and then in August, it was signed approved by the government with a joint decree. So now we have a petroleum agreement, and Adarco Energy and the operator NewMed Energy, we each have 37.5% of participation, and the ONIM, which is the Office National des Hydrocarbures et des Mines from Morocco, holds the remaining 25%. So thanks to the reports and the operation carried out by the previous operators up to 2019, we have access to very robust reports and data. And now with our operating partners, we are deepening these studies by reprocessing 2D and the 3D seismic data. So what I can say is that there are some gas resources, but now we want to clearly identify the volume and go ahead for the next period with the next commitment, which will be the first drilling. So I will make you an update, I hope, in a few months, but this is where we are currently. So now, yes, your other question were regarding the potential of Morocco and the potential collaboration for the future. So what I need to say about Morocco, Morocco has untapped gas resources, both in the offshore and inland region. But the story has just begun for Morocco in the development of the gas assets, but it's moving forward very rapidly. And at the current time, you have several players, operators, who joined this dynamic. For example, you have Chariot Energy, you have SDX, you have Sound Energy, Predator, us, Adarco Energy. So our ambitions are coming to reality because all the projects for all these companies are moving forward rapidly first to supply the domestic market and later for the export. So Morocco, the development for gas assets, infrastructure in Morocco is in an environment which is very favorable. Why? Because Morocco seeks to diversify its energy mix. by reducing the dependence on coal and also natural gas. So this is why there is a lot of opportunity with potential partners or companies with large-scale experience for projects or expertise about around the gas. But there is not only the exploration and the exploitation gas asset, you have also the gas infrastructure in Morocco. You have infrastructure like pipeline projects. You have also regasification terminal projects. For example, the Ministry of Energy Transition in Morocco talk about a regasification terminal in the north of Morocco, in the Nador West Med. So by 2026, so it's for tomorrow. You have also other projects like power plant, conversion of the power plant through effort to replace coal with natural gas. So this is why this environment is very favorable for investing and calling a lot of partners who want to join this effort in Morocco. And what I need to say also about Morocco, it's the regulatory framework is very interesting, and the Morocco stability and its tie with Europe make it an ideal transit point for the African gas export.
It seems like the projects in North Africa are really picking up. Do you have any plans to expand to West Africa?
Yes, it is in our ambition. And as I said to the people and the colleagues I meet here during the event, we are looking at expanding our activity by being partner, by investing in the redevelopment of mature fields in West Africa, or mainly in the oil and gas sector. We also want to invest in exploration projects and also to invest in infrastructures. Our ambition at Adarco Energy, I need to say that to be clear, it's to become one of the pioneering oil and gas private E&P company in Morocco.
Yeah.
So our wish is to contribute, invest, and partner for the redevelopment of mature fields in Africa and maybe some nearby exploration.
Yeah. And just my final question, we're here at African Energy Week. How do you plan to leverage this event, under the theme of investing African energy? And are there plans to use the space to coordinate dialogues with other operators in the region? Can we expect you to sign any deals at this year's event?
First, I consider that the African Energy Week is certainly and definitely the most important event for the energy community in Africa for this year. Here, my goal is first to present the activity and the ambitions of Adarco Energy. But this is an excellent opportunity to meet up other players, private players in the oil and gas in Africa. And it's also a very good opportunity to find out in less than a week the possibilities and the incentives that are offered by the producing states. So my presence, the presence of Adarco Energy here at the African Energy Week is threefold. The first thing is to talk about the African Energy Week is a showcase to talk about our company, so to talk about Adarco's energy ambitions, activities to a wide audience. The second objective is to talk about Morocco's asset and development for the future, for the near future, to also to this wide audience, but to attract the interest of the oil and gas community during this event. And during this week, we have scheduled some appointments with stakeholders already involved in Morocco to see how we can move forward together in our interest, but also, and above all, in the interest of the Kingdom of Morocco. And then the third point is to be aware of the possibilities that are offered by the other oil and gas private players. For example, yesterday afternoon, during the farm out afternoon, that was something very important for us because, as I said, we want to invest and partner in some oil and gas asset, and more particularly in producing asset in Africa, in West Africa. So the African Energy Week is the best way to deliver this message. And regarding your question, I think it's premature to consider that the deal will be signed during the African Energy Week, as it is not the purpose of my presence. By the way, we are listening. We have some appointment. I hope we will continue to discuss with the people we met during this week. And if there is some opportunities that match with our development ambition, it will lead, hopefully, in a very near future, I hope, to some deals with some oil and gas partners in Africa. By the way, this is the wish I expressed to you today.
Yeah. But thank you so much for your time, and I hope you do have a productive week.
Thank you, Miriro.
Thank you.